Nessa girl, it's always the fat black bitch at the front with a natural that's always giving you an attitude. Secretarial fish, are you able to do your job with a smile? Y'all, I ain't coming for the big black girls with the naturals, but I said that many years ago on a video, and lo and behold, what did they cast as Secretary Fish with the attitude? The big black bitch with the natural. It seemed like if you this video supposed to be about pose, and I'm about to go on a whole 5-minute diatribe. I'm gonna do it just one time, but is it me? Or don't it seem like every government worker fish that have to be on the front lines and deal with people in the public be fat, black, and with a natural? I'm just saying, we'll talk about that later. But did you get into last night's episode of Pose? Y'all, you can notice the difference between me doing this review and me doing some of those other reviews that I'm actually just doing from muscle memory or forced to do, because this is TV I can actually be excited about. Before we jump on in it, y'all, excuse my appearance. My eye is already irritated as hell. As a matter of fact, I had to do an overnight stay in the hospital because of it. I'm on antibiotics right now. It's going to take a little for it to heal. But I figured I'd give y'all red eye TV versus no TV. So let's jump right on in. Now, pose. Oh, pose. I got to admit something. I took it easy on y'all last season for various reasons. I was very biased and I was very gentle. For one, I did not want to say anything damaging or disparaging out of my mouth because I understood as a member of the community how important this show was to the community. It was my job to spread as much positivity about the show and laughter and upbeatness, if that's a word, or whatever the case may be. Now that we don't got us a little momentum and the people is watching, you know, I put that out there and I have to let you know that this season, it's no holding back. I'm telling it like it T.I. is. I'm telling it like I see it. Who else need to go? Who could stay? What was good? What was bad? Luckily, thus far, most of the bad is consistent with what I said last season lightly, but we're going to break it on down as we get into this thing. The show opens up with Praytel and Blanca walking through the island in New York that used to be an old tuberculosis quarantine or research facility or something of that nature. And they go meet fat black bitch with the natural trying to find out where one of their friends' bodies is at, and she just gave them the cold reality of their unclaimed babies over here, unclaimed bodies of broke bitches over here, and the girls that had AIDS, pneumonia, whatever the case may be, over here or whatever. We don't know how these people getting this shit. Again, at the height of the age, I was born in 1983. So I guess I was born as it was gaining momentum or at the height of it. Nevertheless, I was too young to truly understand what was going on around me at that time. I do remember being maybe a preteen, and I did have a cousin that was around my mother's age, a little younger than my mother, that ended up dying of AIDS. But child, I was still so young when he and his mom and other family members would come to our house and he would be all skinny and weak in a wheelchair. I would just run in the room and say hello and then run back outside and play kickball. Like, that's how young I was when this thing was going on. For me, it's shocking because now that I'm older and looking back at the history, it's like, wow, I can't believe I was living in completely oblivious to all this ruckus that was going on around me. You know, it was startling to see all the unclaimed bodies that were in that mass grave situation. And also, too, as the show progressed, I always hear my older friends in the community talk about how it was a very sad time. People didn't know what they would. I had a boyfriend who used to always say, I used to party all the time because shit, I didn't think I was going to live past 40. Everybody around me was dropping like flies. And I just thought that was metaphor for like, okay, there was a group of 10 of us that used to roll and 4 of us died. I did not realize the magnitude of no, motherfuckers was dropping like flies. You know what I'm saying? Like whole communities, whole families, whole blocks, whole friendship groups being wiped out. I really didn't get it. I don't understand why I didn't get it until this episode of Pose, but that really sank in. That was a very deep opening scene. It was a great way to open. Tear ducts had done got swollen up, but no tears fell. Then we get to the scene where Blanca goes in to meet Sandra Bernhardt's character. I forgot what the nurse's name is. White Nurse Fish. And she was all happy and elated to be there. And, oh girl, I'm part of this program. It's so much better than St. Vincent's. Then she has to let Blanca know that she's been upgraded to AIDS, which was very hard news for Sandra Bernhardt. But again, another teaching moment. I didn't realize when Sandra was like, here's this AZT, and Blanca was like, I can't afford this. I was thinking Sandra was going to say, you know, we've got rich people out there in the community that care. They donate money silently. I didn't realize that the beginnings of the clinics and whatnot were as grassroots as collecting secondhand medication from the wealthier girls that were dying. Something else I did not know, and it's just so funny because I feel like this one particular episode, I feel like I've learned more than I did the entire first season. Like this was chock filled with so many just nuggets and small minuscule details that might have at the time felt very trivial, but in retrospect it's like, wow, yeah, that little leftover, you know, half empty pill bottle that you was about to throw away, it became a common practice to collect that. No, because we need this to save the other girls. That was very, 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 very full meaning. And then meaningful scene. Then on top of that, what further cemented to me how many girls must be dying. Imagine how many of the rich girls had to be dropping like flies in order for there to be enough medication to sustain some of these programs that White Nurse Fish was running. I mean, damn. When Pray Tell was like he had been to 200 and something funerals, and Sandra Bernhardt's character was like she had been to 5 something. Let me tell you something, that's a girl. I'm a popular bitch. I don't even know 213 damn people not worthy of going to their funeral. You know what I'm saying? So that's just powerful as to how many people were dying during that time. Now I will say this. You know, we talk about Pose is an excellent show. We talk about the AIDS epidemic in New York. I think now there may be room for us, and it could be under the Pose umbrella or through another show or whatever, but I want to see how the AIDS epidemic hit another city. I imagine San Fran would probably be the next best city to go to with something like that, or maybe even Miami. I would be curious, and then they could possibly do something present day in Atlanta. But I would also like to see, this was going on in New York in the late 80s and early 90s. Show me what was going on in San Francisco at the same damn time. That would be really good. Miss Madonna. Now, you know, I made a mistake on social media the other day. Not the other day, a couple months ago, and I wrote, I don't understand the big deal over Madonna. You know, I was like, she can barely sing and she's a mediocre white girl at best. And a lot of people jumped out in the comments and they got me together. And they were like, the part about Madonna that you're missing, Dineva, is that she was a trendsetter, she was before her time, she was risque, and all these different things. Now, I do remember when Vogue was big on the radio. Not necessarily when it first came out. Maybe when my mama was taking me to shopping malls and shit, and we were walking through the Gap or walking through the mall, and you hear it. I definitely remember that being a very vivid part of my childhood. Again, not really aware of what's going on around me, but looking back at it, I'm like, okay, I called that girl mediocre, and I do think from a talent perspective, she is still very mediocre in terms of talent. But that does not steal from her contribution. You're right. The things that Madonna was doing in the 80s, no one was doing. And for that, she is a legend, an icon. And it just made me feel good when Vogue, dun, 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 get used to the music, dun, 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 dun. And then also, too, I remember how much media coverage she garnered from the video. Now, I remember the video bright as day. For me, not even to be a Madonna fan, it was all the different people in the little black bubbles, and they were voguing or whatever. Case iconic. I love when they were at the ball and Vogue came on, and just to walk around and see all the colors. I'm gonna tell you something. It made me feel as if I got up and I was dancing. It made me feel as if I was in a real life Alice in Wonderland ball. Like, I just wanted to be there. Like, it made me feel like it was okay to play dress up as an adult and act like I'm an adult in an adult Harry Potter. I was just so excited. Whatever the case may be. Never case. Blanca pulls up and get Angel off the beat. Blanca pulls up and get Angel off the beat. Blanca pulls up and get Angel off the beat. Now listen, working the beat has always been a wild hair up my ass, and T.S. Madison has definitely educated me a lot about why the girls work the beat. Work ain't honest, but it pays the bills, and the bitch gotta eat. That's why she worked the beat. Okay? And it's taken me some time and some personal reflection to overcome my judgments about girls working the beat. Because like Blanca said, there are other options available to you. And it's funny because in that moment, I was like, yeah, bitch, you being lazy. And you talk about, what, I'm going to go mop floors and clean counters or dip fries? Yes. That's just me. Nevertheless, I was glad Blanca had vision for her the same way Phaedra had vision for Latavia Robinson that never manifested in Phaedra told that girl, I got vision for you. How dare you have vision for somebody? I wonder if you had vision for your marriage or vision for that. Never mind. See, I'm going all up tangent. My ADD acting up. Quentin, focus. Quentin, focus. Quentin, focus. Okay. The Fume. Pray Tell and Sandra Bernhard, White Nurse Fish, get down to the Fume. That was such a touching and endearing scene for me. I'm going to tell you what I liked about that scene so much. There has always been in the AIDS journey this relationship between the LGBTQ community and the white forward-thinking nurse. Not to exclude nurses of any other color or nationality, but all of the stories that I've seen and or heard have always included the white nurse. And I'm sure there have been other nurses out there. When I sit down at bars in random cities and I run into people who were working in the medical profession during that time, I tend to always run into some white nurse or some white lesbian nurse or something to that effect. So I find it, I wonder if it's just coincidence that that character was cast that way or if it was intentional. My better judgment is telling me it was very intentional. I love the sarcasm between Pray Tell and Sandra Bernhardt's character. It just made me feel good. It just did, that they were able to be lighthearted and find some commonality, being on both ends of this disease, the person affected by it and the person infected by it. You know what I'm saying? So that was very powerful. So then Sandra Bernhardt decides to take Pray Tell down to the ACT UP meeting. Yes, honey. ACT UP. Whatever they were saying, fight for your rights. ACT UP. We don't want to die. ACT act up. I'm gonna be walking around every day screaming, act up. Y'all got tired of shitty woo woo woo. So for the rest of this video, it's gonna be what? Act up. Nevertheless, I'm sure Act Up probably was a funny group, but the funniest thing, I love when a butch lesbian read like a queen. And this one read with body language. She was like, oh, I was starting to believe Miss, whatever her name was, her name is me, whatever her name was, I was starting to believe your girlfriend didn't exist. That's because some of us have better things to do than hang out and da-da-da-da. Then she turned around with her hand on her hip and she dipped it left and turned right back around with her shoulder pad man blazer on. I loved everything. I loved everything about it. Yes, God, honey. Now, what I didn't know, another teachable moment. I did not know. I'm not surprised, but I did not know that there were groups of lesbians, especially considering the fact that the disease disproportionately to this day affects gay men. I did not know that the lesbian community was that vocal in what was going on. And it's so funny because when we always see videos and history and documentaries about oppression in the gay community, it's always focused on the men. You know, and it would be ignorant of me to say, oh, women's, dykes, lesbians, they didn't go through any oppression. But is it safe for me to say that they don't necessarily experience it to the magnitude in which the men do? That American society is slightly more receptive to women being lesbian than to men being gay? If it's ignorant, go ahead and blast me out. But that's kind of been my experience. Am I right or am I wrong? Drop that in the comments and let me know. I'm open to being wrong. Just let me know. Angel shows up to the model call. Now catch these T's. You little young girl need to know your history. This coming from the old lady under the tree. There was an old lady sitting under the tree. She said, sit down and learn your history. Y'all didn't catch how that model call was a scene from Paris is Burning, down to the black girl sitting at the table. If you remember correctly, in Paris is Burning, they were talking about how the trans girls were getting into the modeling world. There was a black girl sitting at the table in that documentary. Who was that black girl? That black girl at that time happened to grow up to be Denise in Coming to America. She had just been starting out as a model. Go back and see Paris is Burning, and then you will realize the parallels between that model call in Pose and the model call in Paris is Burning. I thought that was very clever how they subtly slipped that in there, and I'm sure it went over most of you girls' heads until I just pointed that out to y'all. The Friday dinner. Now here's where we got to get real, Pose. Everything in this show was phenomenal this episode until we got to the first damn Friday dinner. And the first Friday dinner was great too until Electra Abundance brought her ass in there with her over-enunciating, bad-acting ass, okay? I'm sorry. I kind of glared on it because I wanted to make friends and be nice about the show. Y'all need to do something with her. Last season, I had everybody explaining it. Oh, it's because she's from the British Virgin Islands. Oh, it's her, you know, it's her dialect, her whatever the case may be. I'm sorry. It's plenty of bitches from across the water who can act. I don't understand the one. I mean, bitch, she's worse than Gabrielle Union. Like, it's just bad. She's worse than Vivica. It's not even one-dimensional. It's just like, you know, and that being said, let me just go ahead and give you the number 2 worst acting person on this show too, Ryan Jamal Swain. And I love him to death. But I feel as if the powers that be made the necessary adjustments this season. I feel as if they're shifting majority of the weight onto Pray Tell and Blanca, which makes sense. Billy Porter is very seasoned, so on and so forth. It just makes sense. And Blanca went from terrible, a la the pilot, to bitch, she improved in like the first 3 episodes. Mama hit her beat. She hit her note. That bitch went to Kim Burrell and Miss Jan at the same damn time. Ryan Jamal Swain, I'll say this episode. They showed him in such limited capacities that he did not have an opportunity to do anything bad. So, if they keep it like that, don't make his monologues too long, don't make his scenes too challenging, he'll be alright. This, which I got Electra doing, these long ass scandal monologues, these Grey's Anatomy soliloquies, those shits are not working for her, and they are painful. They're painful. They are painful. They are painful. I also want to give Poppy most improved. First of all, Poppy never did bad. Poppy did good last season. Poppy doing damn good this season. Like, Poppy is hitting all his benchmarks. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love Electra. I love what she brings physically, aesthetically. She's that bitch. Y'all need to shorten them. Y'all need to give her lines that's within her range until she gets better. And that's no tea, that's no shade. Dominique, I'm saying that with love. You are my sister. I want this show to flourish. But child, when your scenes come on and you be getting to doing all that loud talking, and I would much rather go live somewhere else than sit at this table for the 99-cent dinner when I'm used to having 4, like, if there's no enunciation. Like, when I took drama in the 9th grade, that was the first thing that they showed in terms of displaying emotion. You do not have to just scream, and it's all here. I don't have to explain anything to you, Miss Blanca. I've been knowing you girls for over 30 years, and I've always been better than you. You're mad at me for not showing up to some 99-cent plated dinner on some nasty 99-cent towels. Oh my God, you can lay a tablecloth. I don't understand what's so important about putting 99-cent plates on a tablecloth, pray tell. I've got better things to do than go take a mugshot. Like, bitch, I don't gave myself an ear infection doing that. And if y'all allowing her to get away with that, y'all not pushing her to be the best that she can be. And she ain't gonna be able to get no jobs outside of this. That's just true tea. Let me get up off my sis. Blanca. So they get ready to go to act up. People say they gonna go down to the church. And what? They gonna act up and cut up and fuck the thing up down to the cathedral. Because when your church that big, her name in the church is a cathedral. Blanca had to get off work. Now see, Blanca, I'm going to tell you the only thing you did wrong. Aside from hit the dough after you went off on Chinese fish. You didn't hit that bitch. Let me tell you one thing. People of color, I guess we realize that we got to low-key take shit from these white folks in this country. But bitch, I'm not taking no shit off no Asian bitch. I'd have hit that bitch in her ass so motherfucking bad. That bitch, you better have all your supplies, your acetone, your polish, or if that was her shit on consignment, I'd have hit that bitch in her eye and I'd have kicked her damn table over. You ain't finna talk to me, Chinese kitty. No God chung me. I'd have spin flag, kicked her ass up in her damn shop, and then she gonna try to out you in front of the girls, talking about ladies like they nails done by ladies. Ooh, bitch, I'd have turned that bitch every which way set loose. But I don't want to start no discriminatory situation in this video, because we here to spread love and positivity, but I'd have hit that bitch. Moving right along. The Catholic Church sit-in. Y'all, that was another one that brought me to tears. That was a just as much powerful piece of gay history that I completely did not know about, just like the opening scene in season 1 when they were running out of the museum to get items for the ball. Honestly and truthfully, Poles may just be able to follow the same rubric from season 1 in terms of how each episode goes, and they will be alright, because that seems to kind of be what they're doing. Episode 1 of season 1 and episode 1 of season 2 seem to be very consistent with one another in terms of, okay, start with this, introduce this, drop a good solid piece of history that can be backed up with periodicals, so on and so forth, hit bam, bam, like they're doing very, very good. So hats off to the girls, the consultants, the producers, the researchers, everybody. Y'all did that. Something else that I did not know. And when I get off the line, I'm really gonna go spend some time and look up that a little more. Angel goes to the photo shoot. She gets to the photo shoot and Buddy clocks Angel. Now look, give me permission here to be a little politically incorrect. I love India. And I know that in the trans community, you know, when you're throwing a diss or you know, you're trying to poke at somebody, you read, bitch, you look clockable, you look like a man, bitch, I know you ain't talking with that razor stubble, bitch, you can't pass, this, that, and the third. You know, even Miss Candy in season 1 talked about how she could never go where these girls go because they can pass and she can't. So like in real life, or when I see India doing a lot of her advocacy work, that face go both ways sometimes. And, you know, that face give me, oh, she didn't feel like being real fishy today. It's giving me, you know, it's giving me a man tease. And other days she gives me, you know, okay, yes, I put some effort into looking fishy. Bitch, I don't know if you had Erica LaPura, do you? I don't know if you had Cirque du Soleil, do you? Bitch, I don't know if L'Oreal herself came back from the grave, honey, and graced your face. But bitch, when you had that motherfucking hair pulled back in a bun, in a nasty bun, and you had them earrings hanging down to your shoulder, and daddy said he recognized you at the pier, and you was like, honey, I just got one of them face people. Remember, bitch, you were stunning. Stunning. Yes, honey, if I had the courage and my eye was working right now, I'd make a song about how stunning. Kim Burrell taught me that you are so stunning. Baby, you looked good, bitch. You looked good. And you know the next thing I want to see that I think that you would more than be qualified for, and I think that the best people to do it would be a Nike transgender ad. That, and I want to see you do has Mac already did a transgender beauty campaign? I want one of those companies who are stepping out of the box and trying to lead the charge and equal rights for trans people to book you in a beauty campaign, because bitch, you was giving any piece of real fish a lot of run for her motherfucking money, bitch. Yes, God! Yes, God, bitch! I got to get up and run out the window. I almost committed suicide. Oh, but wait, we ain't promoting that. Let me come back and sit down. Save my life. Yes, God, honey. Yes, God, you did that. And it was so sad because in that one moment as I was going up for you, I also cried for you because it was so dehumanizing what he did to you. And it further explained to people who are outside of the community who don't get it, when you feel like you've been born in the wrong body, you are ashamed and embarrassed by your genitals and, you know, your figure and so on and so forth. And all you've got to give typically is from the neck up in the illusion of shape. And so when he had you drop your clothes and everything, it was just, honestly and truthfully, it was rape. It wasn't a physical rape. And I don't want those of you who've been raped in Central Park or your booty been took behind a bush to jump in and be like, it's not the same. But the violation was feeling powerless in that moment. It was. And my heart went out to Angel. He broke her. Then here is where we get the best of Electra Abundance. Now, sis, I never tell you that without extending the hand to lift you up. Mama, you walked the fuck out that ball, bitch. She had on lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my, she had on costumes galore. Giving legs, giving skin, giving beat, giving hair. I mean, even her costume had props with it. She had extra people. Bitch, I died though when Pray Tell said, y'all built a guillotine for this mess. Bitch, I hollered. Like the level of sarcasm that he exemplified through his eyes and his tone. See, that's acting. Electra would have been like, y'all build a guillotine for this mess? That don't work. In comes the last ball. Madonna pose playing. Angel walks in. Well, first of all, they had the beautiful girl giving Grace Jones realness walking in. Yes, God, honey, skin, amazing, afro, on point, trash bag, realness, hefty, help me please, okay? She looked it good. Then they had Mama who do my favorite pose when I'm wearing the cape, which is this. There's just something so legendary about that I love doing. And then comes Angel. Now, Angel walked in, and I thought in that moment the emotions that Angel was feeling were, I'm only ever going to be beautiful in this room and never in the real world. She wins her trophy. She runs outside. Blanca and Poppy run outside to see what was going on, and come to find out, you know, she reveals that the photographer took advantage of her. And if a lot of you girls out there don't understand the magnitude of that scene, he violated her, and it could be comparable to rape. Now, I don't want you girls who've been raped in the bushes in Central Park or had your little cookie snatched behind the garbage can to get all up in arms by me comparing her violation to your physical abuse. But it is, in a sense, she was violated. For anybody who knows, for anybody who feels they've been born in the wrong body, they are very ashamed of their body in those areas, and he exploited her deepest pain, her deepest secret. It was a violation of the utmost offense or whatever, and that's why I'm glad she had her enforcer there, Poppy, to beat the dog shit out that bitch. Yes, God, the only thing that would have made that scene better is if the Dylan Burnside character was there. He was out with Al B. Shouldn't have sucking dick on the tour bus, I'm sure. You know, the light-skinned men, that's a whole other video. But he was, he should have been in there, should have jumped that bitch. And then Blanca could have kicked that hoe in the face with her heel. They got her pictures and everything. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm loving me some Poppy. Now, y'all going to have to help me out. Is Poppy gay? Or is he just broke and needs somewhere to stay? Bitch, I'm on a roll with this rapper today. Now, it looked like later on this season, they're going to explore the possibility of Poppy and Angel going together, which would be great because it would show one of the many nuances of sexual compatibility amongst the community. But I would love for Poppy to be an old big, thick, big bottom who like to get fucked from the back while his dick get jacked. Ooh, Janiva, why you been so bold? It's because I ain't had none in a while, girl. But what's a wild girl? A weak girl, mind your business, bitch. Focus, Clinton. Focus. You're almost at the end. Focus, focus, focus. I need to know what's going on with Poppy. Poppy was on the auxiliary last season. I want more of Poppy this season. I want Poppy to run into one of his cousins on the street. I want Poppy to find out his abuela died and he got to go to the funeral. I want to find out Poppy's girlfriend from middle school was pregnant the last time he was in the Bronx from him, and now he got a 3-year-old child. Like, I need some Poppy story. Janet Mock, Ryan Murphy, what's the tea? What's the tea? You right here giving the people who can't act all that good all the story, and the people that can act real good, none of the story. Spread the love, bitch. Spread the love. Okay? What else I got on this thing? And then last but not least, we get down to the last dinner that almost wore my last nerve. Because Electra came in there with that bad acting again. And when Mama said she quit the house, I was hoping she quit the damn show. Do Jesus, let me stop. Because if I don't stop myself now, it'll start this whole attack the Electra Abundance character all season. But I'm just telling it like it is this season. So, oh well, Sheree Whitfield, you just have to get into it. Electra leaves. Now, she does what she does best, baby. She gave fashions. She walked out the door. Bitch, you homeless, ain't got nowhere to stay, but you look good, baby. Yes, God's leopard fur, whatever kind of animal that was you had on, silk blouse, A-line skirt, hat thing, gloves, GLUBS gloves. Then she walks through this amazing foyer, and I'm thinking she finna go to Detective Stabler house, bitch. That's what I was hoping for. Or another rich white suitor. Child, she don't pull up Ryan Candy and Miss Lulu house. Girl, but get the fuck off my line. You got to be dead. The house of ferocity. She just walked in them girls' house and just knew they was going to give her a bed. It's a damn shame the way, Electra is down on her luck and needs y'all hoes. And she still got control over y'all. Yes, God. Pose is everything. Y'all did very good this season. I am pleased. I am pleased as punch. I'm happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's a girl. I'm going to be sure to give y'all the Real Housewives of Patanka and the other Iyanla episode today. Let me get off the line. Bam!